Asking yourself this question could be the catalyst for a whole new life, honestly. So I had quite the night last night here in Italy on the horse farm, living in my van. So I woke up at 3:30 a.m. to the van shaking. I was like, what is going on? And then I look in my rear view mirror and I see like two figures. I was like, so I made sure the doors are locked, and then I figured out that they were just two donkeys, and they must have been like rubbing against the van because they were like shaking the van, and it sounded like someone trying to get in. So my heart was racing. So I went out of the van and like got all dressed up because it's cold. Went out and I like shooed them away. You're gonna sit here. Everyone say hi to Arlo. We're gonna be so good. Yeah. And then I got outside and it's the full moon right now. And so I was like, wow, I guess maybe I was just meant to like have eyes on the full moon because it was so clear and so bright. And we've had really cloudy days the past few days, and then also like the next 10 days will be cloudy and rainy. And so for it to be so clear, and like I wanted to do a full moon ceremony last night, but it was just too cold. So we're gonna do it today. I've asked some people to join me. It's still, you have the effect, and like the actual full moon in Italy is happening at like 1 p.m. So you can always look up when the full moon is happening in your area. Yes, I know, but we'll hang out later. And what was I? No, don't be rude. Don't be rude, thank you. And so after I got back in the van, I was like, okay, ready for bed? And of course, I could not sleep because my heart was racing and all that. But I also felt like I was being downloaded with a lot for like 2 hours as I was laying there. No. And here's a car coming. This is my spot. If you know, you know. I sit in the middle of the road here, but I don't think they're coming this way. We'll see. And during my downloads, I was receiving the question to ask myself, like, if I had, it's a heavy question, but a really good one. If I had 4 months to live, what would I do differently? And so if you ask yourself that question, it might take, a while, maybe like 24 hours longer, maybe not, to answer it, because it really takes deep introspection and really looking at your life honestly, because that's such a heavy question. And so I was kind of looking at my own life and I was like, well, a lot, like I would answer this so differently if I asked myself this a year ago. A year ago, I would have quit my job and moved to Europe and bought a van. But now I was like, I still have to ask myself this. And so I was like, I would continue doing what I'm doing, absolutely continue what I'm doing. And then I would be more appreciative of the things around me, like the nature. Like I would take a moment to take in the nature way more often and just like be in awe of the creation here. I would tell people more openly how I feel about them, and just in general, like friends and everybody. I would just be way more open. I would not be afraid, not that I even really feel this, but I would just give myself more permission to take up more space in a room, to be fully who I am. I know so many of us have these like parts of ourselves where we hold back, and we, maybe fear of being judged or not wanting to be too much or whatever it is. So I was like, yeah, I would just fully be myself, like who I am with my best friends. I would just be that with everybody. And so yeah, just feeling deeply. I would give myself permission to be in the moment more, rather than like always trying to plan ahead, create more, heal more, discover more, just being here and taking it all in. And so those were the ways that I answered that for myself. And I'm still continuing to ask myself that question while I'm on this walk here, while I'm going through my day. And so everything has a purpose, right? That really strange way of waking up last night really did serve me in quite a way, and not being able to sleep did serve me as well. And so with the full moon, many of you might know, it's a great time for letting go of things. And when I do this, it always changes my life significantly. Oop, here comes that biker. Ciao.
Ciao.
It's always funny. So I like to do a burn ceremony, and I like to write down what I'm letting go. And oftentimes, like, I'll just try to word it in the best way possible. Like, I let go everything and anything that is affecting me from not being in alignment with my highest potential and my highest abundance, health, happiness, love. And I surrender all of this into the highest truth. And then I can get more specific too, like if there's something that I know is going on in my life, you know, I let go of attachment to this thing or this person or this experience. I let go of, you know, the fear of whatever, of running out of time or whatever it is. And I write a whole list, usually like a big piece of paper. And for years, I've just done it by myself, where I'll just put it in the fire and watch it burn away and know, like really know that that means I have released it. But recently, in the past year or so, I've started inviting people to do it with me. And so I'll have friends do it with me. And I like to, even though it's very vulnerable, but I like to read out the list with them and together witness, you know, vulnerably what we're letting go of. Because the power of witnessing with other people is significant. There's the book, The Power of Eight, I believe, and it is all about that. It is like about a group of 8 and how that was so significant in witnessing, you know, what they were working on and trying to bring into the world, and how having other people witness things really does speed up the time of how that can be created or let go or transformed. So a little funny example is one of my good friends, she and I had agreed to make dream boards, vision boards of our future husbands, and to write out like details about them. And she did it. I lagged and have never done it with her. And she sent me photos, she sent me the list, I read it, I witnessed it, and within that week, I'm not kidding, she met her now husband, who she has a baby with, and this was in the last year and a half. So that was very interesting to see. I was like, shit, maybe I should have made that list. But at the same time, I wasn't feeling called to doing it. And right now, like, as much as I'm open to finding my future husband and all that, I'm also just, like we were talking about, enjoying being here and being single and being with Arlo and living on a horse farm and like having all these friends and, you know, having all these memories on my own and showing myself how capable I am of solving things. Like, you know, when the van wouldn't start in Spain and I was just kind of there, like being with someone else, like especially like the female male dynamic, like I feel like maybe if I was with a partner, he would have taken the lead on that. But me having to take the lead and, you know, do the translating and find help and all this, it really just showed me how capable I am. And so everything in divine timing, like you're not missing out. Like if you forgot to do something, if you haven't done it yet, if you haven't taken action on the things that you want, it's not that like you know, have missed the mark. Like everything is divine timing. You are in the right place at the right time. That was coming through a lot today on my walk. Like you're always in the right place at the right time. And so even if you didn't take action on the business or whatever, the move and the adventure 4 years ago when you started thinking about it, 10 years ago when you started thinking about it, it just was divine timing. You had to become the person that you are today to be here watching this video and making these thoughts and making these decisions and letting go of these things in the way that you are now. And so just finding peace in that and allowing it to be what it is, I think is where all the magic is. So I was thinking about in the 21-day program at the very end having a little burn ceremony of just kind of letting go of everything at the very end, like once we've done all this reprogramming and everything. And so let me know if you'd like to do that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it in there. So if you would like to sign up for the 21-day program, it'll be a Calendly link in the description below. Select any day on May 1st or any time on May 1st, give me your email, and then every day I will send you the videos for the day, the exercises for the day, and I'm so excited to have you guys in that. And Arlo and I are going to head back to the farm today. Since it's sunny, we're able to do horse stuff. The past, like I said, however long has been very cold, like snowing and cold. So we haven't done much horse stuff. And the energy on the farm has also been very tense. Like we have a new volunteer who I really like, and she's like, it really feels very tense here. And so it's just like, it doesn't change anything or change like how, like specifically like how I feel about the people on the farm. It's just really like accepting that the energies of the planets and everything, and just like what we're going through as humans, like it all affects us, and we're all just human, we're all just moving through things. And when you see like the energy starting to lighten up, I think it's really important to, let go of what things were before, and whether it's forgive or move past or whatever, like just in general, I think it's so important to not waste time in that, like, well, you were like this on Tuesday and you said this, blah, blah, blah. Not even that is happening on the farm, but I think in general, that's a good thing to add. So yeah, I think I've been feeling very dense as well this morning. I think the full moon, I've been feeling it a lot. And so something that I was practicing on the walk too is just like smiling. And so when you smile, you're sending different chemicals and whatnot to your body, and like sending the signal like, no, we're okay, we're safe, we're happy. And it really just changes things so quickly. And after I did that, I was like, oh, it's great, everything's good. I'm excited for today. I get to go lunge a horse, I get to maybe ride a horse today, and then tomorrow will rain again, and it will be good. I'll be all cozy, I'll do some work, I'll read, I'll meditate, and everything's perfect the way that it is. And yeah, I'm excited to get on the road soon. I'm sad, like I said yesterday, but I'm also excited to go to Lake Garda, and then to Austria, and to meet up with people and travel with new people, and it's going to be wonderful and so perfect. So if you like this message, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here, leave a comment if you would like to do so, say whatever you want, or you can tell Arlo that you love him. I've been telling him every time you guys comment that I love Arlo, I tell him, and he's like, oh, I love them too. He loves everything, every single thing. The Hinge date guy the other day, in a photo that I sent him of Arlo, he's like, he looks really protective over you. I was like, no, he's not. Like, he might look like that in this photo, but he's like in love with everything and everyone. And like with the donkeys moving the van last night, he didn't do anything. Like I've seen him growl once, like if it was a really serious situation, he knows. But in general, I think he's just here to love and be loved and be the happiest creature on earth. And I love that about him. So I'll leave you with that. I will see you in tomorrow's message, and I really appreciate you guys. Bye.